Oh my gosh, I'm so full of thoughts today. So, sometimes when we're starting out in our business and we hear a no, it's really discouraging. Or maybe we've put a lot of effort into somebody and they haven't signed up just yet. It's kind of disheartening. Has anybody else felt like that? I want to share with you a little story about clams. If I had a bucket of clams and it was full, I mean full to the top, if I lost one or two or three clams, it's not a big deal, right? I still have a big bucket of clams, right? If I have a bucket of clams and there's only 3 clams in there and I lose 1 or 2 or 3, I'm devastated, right? So when you hear a no or somebody drops off or somebody's not interested, don't be disheartened. You just need more clams in your bucket. And then the 1 or 2 or 3 aren't going to matter because you have plenty of clams, right? So keep prospecting, keep building your list, keep making new friends on Facebook or out and about in the community. Make sure you share with everybody your story and why you're so excited. Put them in your list. When people say no, get excited because you have more clams in your bucket. Keep filling up your bucket with lots of clams, right? There's a cycle that we go through. And a lot of times when you're talking about prospecting, it's a lot like a bathtub, right? You get in the bathtub and some overflows, right? Some's always leaving. You're always losing some and you're filling it up with more, right? It's a lot like that. A third of the people that you introduce and that come into the business are going to do all the work. If you don't have enough people signed up, you're not going to find that superstar because it takes some time. A third of the people are going to work every now and then and build a part-time business, right? And then a third of the people are just waiting for, they're just waiting for them to fall off the list. So don't be discouraged by the third that's not working. You just need to find a third that is. And to do that, you have to have a certain quantity, right? It's just like if you're panning for gold. You don't dip your little panner thing in the river and pull it out and find nuggets of gold. You have to do some sifting, right? And sometimes I don't know if you've ever panned for gold, you have to do a lot of sifting. But I tell you, you find one nugget and it is wahoo, right? When you sign up your first team member, or you sign up a new person and they're excited in the business, it's going to juice you up. It's going to get you excited. People want what we have in this business. And they don't know what we have, or they'd be lined up at your door. The other part of prospecting reminds me of, I shared it with Jenny last night. I was talking with Jenny and my husband walked in. My husband's worked a lot with horses and we were talking about confidence. And there's a belief system. If you walked up to a horse and you were afraid, how do you think that ride's going to go? And my husband said, you're not going to be on that horse very long. And it's true. Now, the horse, when you walk up to the horse and you're afraid, he doesn't consciously say, oh, she's afraid. Poor dear. Let me go easy on her. All he knows is something's not right with her. And there's a certain amount of distrust. People are absolutely no different. When you don't have confidence, right? And you're trying to share, or you're trying to get a phone number, or you're trying to whatever, they don't know what's wrong. They don't know that you're new and you're developing a skill and that, you're just nervous. All they know is something's not right there. And there's going to be some distrust. It's not going to go so well. I don't care. Do it anyway. That confidence is going to come when you practice. Practice, practice, practice. When people look at you like you have 3 heads or they say, no way, nope, no big deal. Be gracious. And your response should be, awesome. Who's next? Right? If I had a pack of gum and I went out and handed it to various people, if I'm sitting in church and I say, hey, you want some gum? Some people are going to say, oh my gosh, I was dying for a stick of gum. Some people are going to say, no, I never chew gum. What are you, crazy? Stuff's going to kill you. Some people are going to say, no, I don't want any right now, maybe later, right? I'm not going to go home and cry because nobody wanted a stick of gum, and a few people did, right? Or somebody took a stick of gum and didn't eat it, right? This business is no different. Keep at it. You're eventually going to find the clam that's going to be delicious. Make sure you have enough clams in your bucket or you're out of work. You don't have any clams. Keep adding clams to your bucket. I believe in you a squillion %. Toodles.